Yep, it's me again. They hate me, that's why they give a fuck about me at the same time as always. JD Miles. The MGTOWs they love to hate. Even the ones that claim everybody loves to hate them, loves to hate MGTOW at the same time as always, which is why our retarded fuck ass haters keep us relevant to this day, and I'm back again. For tonight's topic of discussion, dating as a single parent, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Shout out to both Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, MTR, and Change Tomorrow Today podcast. I'll leave the link to both. I'll leave the link to both full videos in the comment section. Go check it out. But man, prepare yourselves. This is gonna be a wild roller coaster at Six Flags. But I digress. Let's get down to business, shall we? Take it away.
Right back down in there. Shout out to Change Tomorrow Today podcast. As you can see, they don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, so very new podcast channel. Now, they covered a particular story regarding dating as a single parent. They have a female single parent, they have a male single parent, and they begin to describe their experiences. And their experiences or the requirements to date them while also having a child are wildly different. What you're going to see the young lady do is dive down into shaming tactics, a lot of sign language, while the man holds complete masculine frame in order to get his points, his very logical points across to her. I'm going to leave a link down in the description box down below for you guys to go over, show them some support, or to take a look at the rest of their catalog. But for right now, we must get active. So without further ado,
welcome back to another episode of Change Tomorrow Today, the hottest podcast on the planet.
And the planet, that boy went from the world to the motherfucking planet. Boy, we're taking over the universe. Hey, man, we're going to have a great episode for you guys. We're going to be talking about single parents dating.
Yep, this definitely sounds like fun. This definitely sounds like fun. Let's get on with it, shall we?
Right? Okay. What it's like dating as a single parent? What do you guys look for when you guys are dating? What are the difficulties of dating as a single parent? Is it easy? Is it hard? Because, I don't know.
So go ahead.
You don't want to talk about something you don't know.
I want to learn. I really want to learn. You know what I'm saying? So what it's like dating as a single parent, male and female.
So go ahead.
I actually just started kind of dating.
She looks young.
I wouldn't.
So you were off the market.
Right, for a long time.
Okay.
So dating as a single parent is a little difficult to say. But beyond that, I think it's difficult for me to say because I don't have the same experiences as most people.
What do you mean?
I'm a single parent, yes, but I have a nice village that's very helpful. So it doesn't kind of interfere with my dating.
What do you mean by that? You mean like the kids?
she got a lot of help.
Right. When you have a good village, you have good people around you that, you can count on. It makes it a little bit easier when you're...
Yep, she has connections. Family, friends, what may have you. That's what she means by good village. But let's continue.
dating because you don't have to work around so much.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking for a sitter,
Right.
stuff like that, trying to be...
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I would say when my daughter was very young, I don't think people really believed I had a daughter.
Right.
But my village was just really great. So my dad would get her every weekend, and from
Your
the time
dad?
she was born up until recent, because now she's a teenager, she makes...
Her dad? And why do I get the feeling that she's going to double back and contradict those words? I'm just making an assumption here, but I have a feeling that we're going to hear two different stories here. But let's continue.
make her own little
This is a
decisions.
teenager.
Right.
But
Whoa, so if the daughter's a teenager, how old is she? She must have had a daughter extremely young because she looks barely 30. Second thing is that I hear that you were a child that had a child. And when I say child, I'm using that loosely because it sounded as if you were at least 18. But you were 18 with a child and you still wanted to act as if you were 18 without a child. But if she had a support system to help her through that, then shout out to her pops, though, because it sounded like he really stepped up in acknowledging the detriment of not having a man in the child's life.
But up until recent, her dad used to get her like Wednesday through Friday. So that would leave me Monday and Tuesday, which means if I'm dating, I have Wednesday through Sunday to make plans and arrangements. So Mondays and Tuesdays was off limits, right? Okay. So I'm just now entering the single parenting dating realm now that I have Miguel. Okay. And even though I still have my village, it's not the same. I'm a little older. Yeah. So now it's making arrangements. It's like, whoa. Yeah, this is hard.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can speak generally. I can speak in general or whatever.
No. We're gonna speak that rent, brother. I want. No, listen. I want the nitty gritty. I want to hear because listen, man. I gotta live vicariously through you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel okay.
Oh boy, you will definitely get the nitty gritty. Let's move on. Let's continue on.
I'll say this. For me personally, dating is not. It's not complex for me. Okay. Because one, I don't have any restrictions.
Right.
Okay. And by me saying that, yes, I do have older kids. So.
What do you mean? How was dating when your kids were younger?
When they were younger.
Yeah.
Well, when my kids were younger, when I was dating, it was a little bit of a challenge. Because of course I have kids and the other individuals didn't have kids, so they didn't understand the importance of me helping my children do their homework, putting them to bed,
priority, or
maybe cooking dinner for them to make sure that they were okay. And sometimes I used to get a lot of backlash, attitude.
Really?
Yeah, of course, because sometimes certain women can be selfish.
Yeah, but that's very selfish
because they're not in that position.
He ain't lying either. Take it from. He ain't lying, especially coming from a single father's perspective. I should know that. I should know that all too well. Yes, it's tough. It's tough to be dating out here as a single father. And yes, there is a lot of backlash. He ain't lying about that part. But let's continue.
Position because they don't understand what parenting is.
Right.
So of course. So they used to always get mad. Oh, you're not spending enough time with me. And I used to take offense to it or whatever.
I'm spending time with my kids.
Yeah, I have to spend time with my kids. I actually cut off women that came at me like that.
Oh, wow.
You get what I'm saying? So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I can say it was difficult when my kids were younger, when I was dating and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because my kids is my priority. They come first.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Yep. Even I myself, I got a few more years remaining before mines fly out the nest. But I digress. Let's continue.
Well, I'm not a person that particularly likes to date people with kids, anyways. So.
Maybe I didn't hear that correctly.
So I'm not a person that particularly likes to date people with kids, anyways.
No, it appears.
Oh, wow. You're not the type of person who will date men with kids. But you, ma'am, is a single mom. You're a single mom. Oh, but it gets better than this. Let's continue.
Appears that I heard that correctly. Let's keep going.
So,
Why is that?
Okay. Please explain.
I prefer not to date people with kids because I don't like to deal with drama. So it has nothing to do with the kids. I love kids. Okay. But I just don't like to deal with the drama. And usually they have some form of drama. Even if it's not necessarily like super chaotic or toxic, it's some form of, you guys have an issue.
No, ma'am. You are... Okay, in this situation, she is trying to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Not every single father has issues. Some of us, we actually planned it out and thought it out. Some of us are actually co-parenting even though we're not in a relationship anymore. And if you planned it out, if you plan out your co-parenting well, then there shouldn't be no chaos at all. Period. Again, I should know. Let's continue.
Issue, and I don't like to deal with it because I don't have those issues. Fair? It's very fair. So people always say that to me, like, that's not fair because you have kids, right? Come on. But the way I counter that is, yes, I have kids, but I don't have that dynamic. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
but I understand, but that's not fair.
It is because
yes, but don't sit there and act like you're the only one who doesn't have that dynamic. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Hey, just ask somebody.
I'm telling you, I don't want to deal with you because of the drama that comes along with. But if there's no
drama, you can't.
9 times out of 10, I was always right.
You know what's interesting?
What a lame ass excuse. If you don't want to date a man with children, just say so. So basically, she just made an excuse for nothing. Oh, I don't want to date men with kids because I want to deal with the drama. But let's just be honest here. I just don't want to date men with kids at all. But let's continue.
Is that the argument of it's not fair is a shitty argument because life's not fair. There is nothing fair about our existence. Just you making it to the egg ahead of millions of other sperm is enough information about what is fair and what is not. Because the fact is she can have whatever requirements that she wants, even if she falls into that same shit about dating with kids. But this is the exact same type of chick that will get mad at a guy that doesn't select her for having a kid. The double standard force is high with this one.
It's always a female link.
And that's a fact. And it's that double standardness is the reason why the vast majority of these single mothers are struggling to get a relationship. And I don't give a fuck who gets pissed off, even some hoe somewhere with a gap tooth. I don't give a damn. It's a double standard. Like it or love it. Let's continue.
Lingering with chaos and toxicity and it's not, and I know that because even just when you talk to people, like I remember being younger, like in my 20s, and I talked to people about me and my daughter's dad's relationship, and they're like, that's not normal, you know, because we don't have that drama and toxicity. So it's like, yeah, I don't want to date nobody with kids because people my age, the girls are still holding on to this man, and it's some type of.
But wait a second, ma'am. But you expecting someone with no kids to date you with kids. I don't think she knows her logic is completely as backwards as hell. Let's continue.
But something going on. You can't see your kid. I don't like that. All that drama, I don't want no parts of that.
Right. So you're not.
I don't give that drama to nobody.
So you're not even going to give it a chance to see.
I don't want to.
Just because.
I'm not saying I'm not going to. I'm just saying you got to have a lot of other wonderful characteristics and qualities.
I'm saying though, but that's a disqualification.
I don't really want to deal with.
So my brother, if you got a child, you disqualified. Ain't that something?
I love kids though. Like I really love kids. It's just sometimes you know, I feel like domestic violence is very serious.
What?
In a lot of these situations, these women and.
What does domestic violence got to do with the fact that you don't want a man with children? Make the retarded fuck-ass logic make sense here. Let's continue.
And men that don't know how to let go, and they feel like the baby mom or the baby dad is supposed to be with them forever. I can't insert myself into a type of chaos like that because I don't bring that chaos to nobody.
Wait a second, ma'am. You say you don't want a man with children, period. So once again, you're making lame-ass excuses to a reason that is point-blank crystal clear. If you don't want to date a man with children, then don't date a man with children. Why do you have to make excuses if your question is so cut and dry? Let's continue.
I can't be mad at her logic because she's stating one of the many reasons that I tell men without kids to not deal with or involve themselves with a woman that has kids. But again, you can have that logic, ma'am. You can set up that barrier to entry for a relationship for you, but just don't be mad when a man sets it up because of your situation.
Well,
I don't have that type of drama going on.
I'll tell you what, because that's from a female perspective.
Yeah.
From the male perspective, I've heard a lot of times, even through social media, it's a lot of guys that they don't want to date women with kids.
Yeah.
Because they feel like,
what's that reason?
well, I'm saying, but they feel like, why should I invest into that situation when it's not mine, child?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying. You're saying drama.
Well, let me figure that.
Yeah,
That's not a man.
Break it down for me.
Oh, hold up. Wait a minute there. We're not going to gloss over that shit. So, you don't want to date a man who has children, but a man who doesn't want to date you because you, ma'am, have children somehow isn't a man. Again, make the retarded fuck-ass logic make sense here. Better yet, let Uncle JD do what he does best. Use your logic against you. So, if a man don't want to date you, don't want to be in a relationship with you because you have children, you claim he's not a man, right? So, using your same logic against you here, that same logic, because you don't want to date a man who has children, then that means that you're not a woman, ma'am. No, you're not a woman. Your logic, not ours. So if these men out here don't want to date you because you got children, they are not men, then guess what? The same can be said as well, vice versa. Oh, you don't want to date a man because he has children, then your ass ain't a woman either. Make your retarded fuck-ass logic make sense. Let's continue.
Did she just say that's not a man?
Situation when it's not mine, child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, she didn't.
So I understand what you're saying. You're
That's not a
saying
man,
drama.
Well, let me figure that.
Yeah,
That's not a man.
Break it down for me.
Wow. So you're not a real man for wanting to provide for your out of wedlock, your illegitimate, your child. But at the same token, you not only refuse a man in the exact same situation, but have the gall to say that he's not a real man unless he accepts you. If we flip-flop the genders here, woman, on your logic, would that not mean that you are not a real woman? I don't care what anybody says, but calling them not real men and shaming men into taking care of another man's child will always be nasty work.
Okay, so this is
Because you're saying.
And once again, they wonder why their asses are still single. Why the vast majority of men, not all, but the vast majority of men don't want to be with single mothers. And she is just completely acing that out the park. And once again, I'm gonna have some retarded fuck trying to pop up, get mad all up in their feelings about why I'm talking bad about single mothers, especially the retarded fucks that ain't got kids of their own and don't know shit about parenting and how parenting works and what efforts does it take to be a parent. They're gonna be jumping up in their feelings about, oh, why are you shaming single mothers? First off, let's get one thing straight. She's shaming her own damn self with her retarded fuck-ass hypocritical logic. Oh, I don't want to date a man with children, but if a man don't want to date me with children, then he's not a real man. Fuck out of here. Hypocrite. Let's continue.
You're saying so.
And the men that don't date women with kids, I understand where they're coming from because Don't no man want to play Mr. Cleanup Guy, right? Especially if it's a productive, competitive man. Why should he come in that situation to clean up that situation?
Why not?
Whoa.
Nah, I don't agree with it.
I get you saying you don't agree, but I'm saying why not?
Dated
Really? You don't know why not? Let's continue.
single modern women. This is 3 questions that I will ask. What is it that you can offer me that you haven't given to another man?
Oh my goodness.
This is what I said.
Oh my goodness.
What can you
Oh my
offer me
goodness.
that you haven't given to another man?
Yeah, this is like the what do you bring to the table question, but it's just saying it or reframing it in the idea of that you haven't already given to another man. The first thing that pops at the top of my head is your womb, but others may be your hand in marriage. If that egg is already cracked, I mean, most men will treat that as spoiled milk, expired cheese. And it may not feel good to you, modern woman, but it's the truth. And it's how we view it.
And the reason why I'm saying that, because 1, you shared your youth, your fertility, in your womb with another man. You gave another man the biggest honor that you can give him, right? And my second question to that will be like, why didn't it work out?
The biggest honor a woman could give a man is bearing his children. The biggest honor a man could give to a woman, marriage, protection, and provisions. Marinate on that. Let's continue.
With the father of the kid that you had a kid with. You get what I'm saying? Because you created this family. So why should I give up my resources to take care of your kids? Right?
The answer that they never give, but is generally the answer, is that they prioritized an orgasm, so they didn't wrap it up. Thought that the guy was more interested in them than what their ego allowed them to truly, in reality, believe. And then the guy left. It takes 2 to tango. It takes 2 to create. But if you have equally as irresponsible male and female, the truth is that the woman is going to suffer the majority of the consequences, which to me makes it way more.
In layman's terms, you let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're single mom. Now you single mom.
More incumbent of them to protect their womb.
We're very territorial, right? Because 1, I have to share you with your kids. That is not mine. And also I have to share you with the father of your kids. Who is to know what time the father of your kids is on? Because as of late, I've been seeing men been killing other men because they're dealing with their exes. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I don't know if that man may want to cause some harm to me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand everything when men are saying, I don't want to date single mothers with kids or whatever. You get my point?
What's the third question?
So, and let me ask you this question, bro. If you went to the store, would you buy a product that had a broken seal?
No, I'm not gonna.
You wouldn't. Why you wouldn't buy a product that had a broken
Somebody,
seal?
because it's already been. I don't know what's in there.
It's the same thing. That's the reason why men say they don't want to date women with kids, because you already have been tainted. You already shared your womb with another man. So,
But are you serious?
Yo, her face says it all. A woman having a child with another man, right? There's like an emotional connection that they can have with that man, irrespective of the time period that's gone between since they've seen them before. I mean, she's looking at the kid that shares resemblance to the baby's father, right? So like, not only is there a physical connection to her past, but then there's also an emotional connection as well. And the thought of sharing that connection versus sharing that with someone who has not made that connection yet just don't make no sense. But I will say this.
And that's an absolute fact. But goddamn. Kids, this is what you call a hurt face. A triggered face. We saw the good, we saw the bad. Now prepare yourselves for the ugly.
Her response in this moment to what he just said will determine whether in the future she will continue to be a single mother. Let's listen.
Right now?
Yes, I'm being very serious.
So, okay.
I'm being very
So,
serious.
to be a counter to that, because that is absolute. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's some bullshit. And I'm going, that's some motherfucking bullshit. Yes, it is.
Go ahead.
Because I'm gonna say it is because you just said your first question was, well, I'm gonna ask a woman, what can you give a woman that you ain't give to another female?
Here we go.
All right. Okay.
What can you?
Here we go.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
What can you give another female that you haven't? What can you give this woman that you haven't given to another female? Why does it have to be that a woman have to bring you something? I'm not. Who the fuck are you that I gotta bring you something?
Okay.
What are you bringing to me?
Okay.
It goes both ways. I thought. Now that's one.
Okay, let's call out another hypocrisy. Ma'am, if it goes both ways, then how come it's not both ways when it comes to being in a relationship like the Brady Bunch? But it goes both ways, right? You don't want to take care of children from that man, while at the same time he's not a man if he doesn't want to be with you and your children. But it goes both ways, right? Wow, just wow.
One. Now, two, you're saying, well, you don't know what that circumstance could be, what that situation could be. So are you speaking from a standpoint of a man who does not have kids just yet?
Both.
Or you can't speak from both. And the reason I'm going to say you can't is because just as you're a man, if you are a man that has children, to say that to a woman that has children, it almost sounds... No, not almost. It's narcissistic as hell.
So you can't give advice to men that have children or do not have children because it sounds narcissistic as hell? For real?
I mean, straight up. Ain't it funny ain't it funny she wants to call him a narcissist, but look who's trying to make everything about her. Now, fellas, out of all the traits of a narcissist, what is the one trait of a narcissist that will always be a dead giveaway? No. Out of all the traits of a narcissist, which trait is a dead giveaway of a narcissist? Self-centered, self-absorbed. A narcissist believes that the whole world revolves around them. The spotlight is on them. It's all about them. One time, any city we go, any other way, it's all about you. No matter where I go, I see the same hoe.
Is that the best that you can do? Let's keep listening.
Because if you've given another woman kids, who are you to ask a woman what you got to offer me because you gave a nigga kids? Did you not give another woman kids? So what happened with that family that you were building? Why did that not work out?
Okay, so can I answer your question?
Sure.
Okay, one.
Hold up, before he answers. She was so damn sweet in the beginning. I was really rooting for her. But now what we're seeing is her inner feminist, unable to counteract any of the points that he was saying, and instead starts this answering a question with a question, right? Like, he just posed to you a lot of different reasons why. He gave you a 3-step counter, and you didn't respond to any of those things. You just name-called him. You're trying to sign language him into thinking differently. I think the majority of modern women today should remove the word narcissism from their vocabulary. Half the time, they don't even know what it actually means. And most of the time when they use it is that they're trying to shame a man for his reality, the things that as he sees them. And it's a buzzword of today, so it holds particular weight. And actually, her shunning men with kids while she is a woman with a kid is much more in line with a narcissistic trait.
So I'm not a person.
And that's a fact. But then again, these are the same hurt-triggered single moms that always want to cry out their favorite buzzword out their echo chambers. Oh, narcissist this, narcissist that. And there's a pretty good chance that while she's pointing fingers, 3 fingers is pointing right back at her. No one No one is a better narcissist than these hurt-triggered single mothers out here. Yes, we're going to call a strike, and a ball. Fuck your feelings. Let's continue.
Person that particularly likes to date people with kids, anyways. So,
Why is that? Why is that?
So according to your own logic, ma'am, you are narcissistic. When women like this are in a conversation that holds them to a degree accountable, sometimes we just witness their brains turn off. Let's go.
Vic, it's a double standard, unfortunately. Men can do it. You can. A woman cannot do what a man do. And two.
No. Yes, we can.
Okay, but let me say this. I know the detractors and the critics going to come for me because I have kids. One, my kids are grown. I have a 23-year-old.
But at one point they weren't.
But let me answer the question. I'll let you talk.
Yep, her narcissism is bellowing out. I mean, look how she's trying to cut him off because she wants to be the one, because she wants to be the big speaker. Narcissism. Let's continue.
Let me talk.
You're right.
I have two girls.
I'm
I have a
sorry.
23-year-old and I have a 20-year-old. My
Adults.
oldest daughter has recently graduated from college on her way to grad school.
Yes,
Okay.
My
Lord.
second daughter, she'll be graduating from college pretty soon, right? Secondly, I've never been married. So what I can offer a woman is marriage. That's the biggest
That's it?
honor. Listen, hold up.
That's it?
The biggest
That's
honor
it?
a man can give a woman is marriage.
Yeah.
Yes,
She's
that is
laughing?
the biggest offer I can offer a woman is marriage. Because you know why? Can't no woman ever said that I was married to them. So that would give that other woman bragging rights that I've given you the biggest honor by marrying you.
Yo, her laughing at the marriage thing, like think about actually marrying a woman and deep down, she doesn't even consider marriage that big of a deal. Meanwhile, what I see men put themselves through within the family court system, if a divorce was to happen, the amount of money that they can lose, right? Like you're putting all of this on the line to someone who laughs at the idea of the covenant of marriage. Women like this get married for the wedding, not for the marriage. So my G's out there that are still considering marriage, you must identify traits like this in your woman.
Not just my baby mama, but
Yeah, not a big fan. Let's continue.
you're my wife. And you can research my name. You would not see my name logged on any marriage license in all 50 states of America. Yes,
And
that's what it
resources.
is. I'm
So
bringing
having the-
marriage, and I'm bringing my resources
Hello.
to
Okay.
you. That's what I'm bringing. Resources and marriage. And I have receipts because I am successful. When my kids were born, I always had custody of my kids, and I have receipts. And my kids' success shows it.
Okay.
So I know what I'm talking about.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We gotta get the official zoom in. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I really wonder what's going through her mind right now. I thought I had him defeated. My shaming tactics just didn't work. I thought I was gonna get him, but in the end, he got me. Let me just sigh. I really thought that my long, drawn-out points that didn't make any damn sense was going to get him off of his track. But he held frame. He held masculine energy. And I just don't get it. I'm usually so good at doing this shit. But today, I failed.
Oh, she thought she got lucky. Damn. Damn. Boy, she wasn't quick to respond after that one. But yeah, I'm going to stop it here. Because the rest of it is just her being triggered and being so emotional. And I ain't got time for that shit. But anyway. Oh boy. There's really not much to say here. The proof is all out there. But nevertheless, I say what I got to say. If you want to watch either MTR's video in its entirety, I'll leave the link in the comment section. Go check them out. Tell them JD Miles sent you. But at this point, I'm done. I'm done with the bullshit here. I said what I had to say. I'm done and I'm out this bitch. Later.